Hello, it's Seth for Motivational Mustache. In this video I want to show you guys how to make an 1.5" button, keychain, and necklace. The first thing you need is this button maker. And I purchased it from AmericanButtonMachines.com. They are my go-to source for obviously my button maker, and then also their parts are very reasonably priced and they ship extremely quickly. Also, I purchased right before Thanksgiving and really didn't experience much of a delay, even though it was the holidays. And I've only had one difficulty with an order, and I talked to a guy named Keith because this company's in Texas, and he solved my problems very quickly. Anyway, moving on, you also need a paper cutter. You can use scissors, however it's a lot more time consuming, and I feel like this is just a little bit easier to do. Then obviously you need your button parts. The first and most common part for your buttons is going to be the button front. My camera will focus. It is basically everything you can make with this button maker requires this front, because this is actually what goes underneath your logo. The second thing you'll need is a button back, and this is where some things start to change. The typical pin back button back is this right here. It is pretty high quality. It comes already put together from the company that I ordered it from, so there's no need to have to actually piece these together. And then you have your Mylar, which is also a very common thing. It's a very thin sheet of plastic that goes over your button that maintains the quality of your image. I will be making keychains and necklaces. The keychains, that's the back end. But actually the back of the keychain is a little bit different than the normal pin back button. It has a slot right here so that you can hook in your keychain. High quality connections right there. Anyway, and then I'm also going to be making a couple necklaces, and I have rings to put those necklaces on, and also these little clips, which are actually the same kind as what goes on the key ring. The only other things that you need are some pliers, which is just some super cheap pliers that I bought from Lowe's, and of course the images that you want to use for your buttons. A couple other things that you might want to have is a good sturdy desk, and also I have an organizational case right here that definitely helps with keeping parts and little things and different projects sorted. Alright, let's make a button. Now that you have all your parts together, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to slice your paper. It needs to be in strips large enough to be able to fit into your button maker, or hole punch. So what you'll need to do is, of course, slide that down, cut into a strip. And your second step will be to slide this into your hole punch, line it up. I'm going to put my finger right here and make sure your hands are clean so you don't get a little greasy print on there. And then you just push down the lever. Push that lever up. There's a little metal piece on the back here, and you just push your piece of paper up. And there you have it. There's that. So, from there, you can actually get rid of all this. You don't need... To make a pin back button, you will need these three parts mentioned before: the button front, your sheet of Mylar, your pin back, and obviously the design you want in your button. So your own way of making buttons, but this is the way that I do it, that I think is one of the best ways. Anyway, you open up your button maker. You can tell mine's been well used. Like I said, 20,000 buttons have passed through this. You get your button front and you place it sharp side down to the button maker. Then you get your piece of paper You slide it on top. And then your Mylar and put on top of that. Now, the way I did this, ring left to right, I have this basically even in the middle. And then I get my pin back button. On the back you can see here's, I don't know if it'll focus, here's the side with the pin, here's the side with the spring side. What I will do, facing it down, sharp side up, I put it in with the pin facing the left side. So then you spin it this way and you actually pull down this lever all the way down. You let the lever come up slowly. Sometimes if you don't hold on to this thing will sling back. It's got some force to it. And then you spin it. The front of your button's gone. It's actually up underneath here. You put it back under there. Then you press again. Push it up. And there you have your button. So there's the button right there, and if you rotate it this way, your pin is facing the right direction and level with the design. Some people don't really care that much about it. I really like them to be as close to perfect as possible. I feel like that's a little bit better customer service that way. Alright guys, now we're going to make a keychain. This is going to be basically the same idea as whenever we made the pin back. We start with our button front and we put it into the slot. Then we put our design in and try and make it level. And then we put our Mylar on top of that. The only thing different is that now we have this back, which is the keychain and the necklace back. Sharp side up, hole facing down. Now you're doing this because whenever you rotate it, that hole will be inverted and be pointing up. So you want to rotate like we did on the pin back, press it, rotate it back. Don't do it too quickly or you'll get out of alignment, and press it. Now you have your keychain. Now the only thing left is to insert this part of the keychain into your button. And what you do, you just slide it into that slot. Hear a satisfying click, and there is your keychain. Alright, the final thing I'm going to make is going to be the necklace. Basically all the parts are the same with the exception of this is a nylon necklace cord. I bought these in bulk off of eBay, and then these are actually the same pieces that are on the keychain. However, they're just taken off, doesn't actually have the chain on there. Alright, same process as before. Make sure everything's lined up. Oops, make sure you don't have any cruddies under there. Make sure to put your slot facing down. Press and press. Then we have this. There's just a little bit of a difference that we're going to have to do here. And alright, so what we're going to do differently here is instead of putting the whole chain on there, we just have just this piece and we slide it into the top of the necklace again until we hear the click. There's the click. And then we need to put this ring on there. Alright, next step is to get that ring on here. Now what I actually have, that's why I use the pliers for. Grab onto that one. course, you can do this by hand, however you do enough of these and it gets really old really quick. And you put that through the hole somehow. There we go. Put that through the hole. And then you will close up your ring. Then you get your neck chain. And I'll provide a link in the comments on where I actually purchased these from, in case you actually want the exact ones I'm using. And then you put it into there until it comes out just a little bit. Hold it with your fingernail. Get this pair of pliers, and you're actually going to pinch off the very last ring right there. Pinch that, and then go on the back side. And pinch that one. And you have your 1.5" necklace. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make 1.5" pinback buttons, keychains, and necklaces. I hope you subscribe and come back to watch some more videos. This channel is probably going to be a lot of button making, but also a lot of motivation. I also have a Facebook page that I am really enjoying being on and really enjoying cultivating. It's called the Motivated Mustache. I kind of slipped in a couple of the shots of my logo throughout this video. I hope you choose to come and like that page, so you can have a little motivation, a little inspiration, maybe a few little health tips to help you through your day. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.